Welcome, everyone, to another game where we are casting the casters. And again, it's T90 official, and it's almost an insult at this point to call T90 a caster. He is getting really good at this game. He's right at the 2K2 level, but really focusing on improvement and not elo. He's been playing a lot, facing a lot of tough opponents, and really improving his game. Is Miguel coaching him, trying to become a top tier player? I mean, he's already a top player. Trying to break into, you know, get into the top 16 of tournaments is, I think, one of his goals. To get up there, make it to the tournament stages, qualify for some tournaments, and just be up there with the top players. Facing off against T90 is Paganini, and I wanted to cast this game because this is Arabia, and we have Franks for Paganini, which is a pretty standard Arabia civ. Uh, you see the respect here. Good luck, have fun between these players. Now, of course, good luck does not mean that the player T90 wants Paganini to have good luck in this game. No, it's just a matter of respect, saying, hey, let's have a good game, and I hope you enjoy it. Um, because you never want your opponent to have good luck. You want to win, right? Anyway, Paganini playing as the Franks, pretty normal Arabia Civ. Not so much in the current meta as archers dominate, and he's finding his resources, bringing in a boar, pushing in some deer. Probably going to go for a pretty fast scout rush. Maybe we'll see. Scout rushes are not really popular in this meta, and this is a green Arabia version, and it has some walling potential. Definitely some walling potential for some big walls. For small walls, players have different walling ideas than I do. They're much better at it, better understanding. Over here, T90 has these berries up on a hill. That's always annoying to try to quick wall in. And this whole side of his base, actually, that's pretty easy to wall off. Just some small walls there. Keep him protected through the feudal age. T90 is playing as the Italians. And I want T90 to go for Genoese crossbowman. Do it for the people, T90. Do it for the people. Will we see Genoese crossbowmen? What do the Franks do if the Italians get to Genoese crossbowmen? Franks are cavalry civ. Genoese crossbows eat cavalry. Is T90 going to go for them? Or is he just going to go crossbow meta, crossbow attack move, crossbow attack move all game long? Love to see Genoese crossbowmen out of T90. They wreck cavalry, and they're going to wreck throwing axemen as they, obviously have much more range than throwing axemen. Paganini would be probably forced into siege to try to counter the Genoese crossbowmen as the Franks. Already walling up, Paganini realizes T90 is going for a rush, and that's a pre-milled rush. 2 militia pre-milled rush headed across the map. So Paganini very aware of this. Already got the walls up. He's not tracking it. That'd be a good thing to track. If you think your opponent's rushing, go ahead, find it, track it. But Paganini already on the way up to feudal age. What are we going to see from this player in blue? T90, we know what we're seeing. We're seeing Drush into archers. Drush into archers. Every game. Drush into archers. That's just everybody in every game. It's not a slam on T90. That's the meta right now. Well, Drush comes in. And oh, wow, gets in through the wall. Paganini decides to fight this back. Nope, just decides to run away. Walls up this side. Hold on, let's go back just a little. Let's see what exactly happened here. Why was T90 able to get in here? So, Paganini is here, has everything walled up, deletes the walls just as the Drush comes in. I'm not sure what was going on with that. Paganini maybe decided, okay, the Drush isn't coming, as T90 was at his base for an extra 2 seconds. I don't understand what happened there. Paganini forced back to his town center with those villagers. Plenty of sheep, though, under the town center. You gotta watch out for this villager. Sent back out to the berries. A barracks on the way up for Paganini. T90 on the way up to feudal age now. About a minute slower, just under a minute slower, doing these nice small walls, very well protected. However, oh, there's a gold. Wow. Very well protected, protecting even the So T90 very safe in his base with the small walls. Now the large walls are a little more difficult for T90. Locking down this area of his base is going to take, buildings and army and military, not so much just these little walls. Paganini, he's got his walls layout a little more clear and easy. However, this small wall is not a possibility for him. And yes, it is scouts. We are seeing scouts. Paganini getting his wood upgrade, getting things in, looking for places to pressure T90. And I don't think he's going to find them. He can always, run past somehow. Oh, third militia added. Interesting, T90. As he added third militia, he might upgrade these to men at arms. He saw scouts, I'm assuming. No, he hasn't seen the scouts yet. Um, yes, upgrading to men at arms, villagers, and men at arms, and archers will be on the way. Archery range being dropped. I think T90 should just go ahead and close this off. Scouts can run past that town center so quickly that they take almost no damage and get back here. Although, a quick wall or two just seals that off completely. T90 finds the stable, and he's just going to go ahead and try to take down the stable. 4 men at arms on the field. Sees the scouts and said, "Scouts don't deal with men at arms too well. I'll make more of them." The archer range now being dropped for Paganini. That's a necessity in this map. In this meta, you see the scouts, they accomplish nothing. Absolutely nothing. No map control, no military control. They're going to take out T90's scout eventually. But just didn't accomplish anything. Can't get in, can't find pressure. T90. One archer. T90 is not making archers. This is a fake. He's going to go for the castle age. Oh, I love it. T90 on the way. Not yet. Not yet on the way to castle age. But he's not making any more military. He's looking to get to castle age as soon as possible. He's going to finish walling that off. He's got a stone and a gold in his base. That's enough to get him a castle. He's heading out. There's one deer there. Okay, so he's going to head out and take that deer and get that food. Yes, definitely a castle age play. T90 just being so sneaky. Couple skirmishers, a few scouts. They're not going to find any damage at T90's base. Skirmishers and scouts aren't going to do a lot. They might push him off these berries, might run through here. There's a chance of that, but I think T90 is going to be looking pretty safe as he moves towards the castle age. Now, of course, the scout player has stopped making scouts, which means that food eco, which is standing around at the moment. Paganini trying to make things happen. Oof, got caught out by the spearmen and archers of T90 there. Lost his army. The kill-death ratio is 3-3, however, so perfectly even kill-death ratio. Worker efficiency a little better for T90 as these 2 villagers are just still standing here idle for Paganini. As he's trying to deal with this pressure that T90 is bringing in, and some more archers and skirms are needed. Okay, the skirms are here. This is enough to deal with this. Yeah, they don't do a whole lot to the men at arms, but yeah, I'd say it's enough to deal with this. It is going to take them a while to deal with this. Paganini is really under a lot of pressure by just a very few units from T90. This is not, an aggressive play, but it's really punishing Paganini. The scout opening, you can see the scout opening is just not working right now. Even with Franks, you want a man at arms or Drush into archers. Okay, now an archer out for Paganini. This will help clean everything up. These men at arms will take a lot more damage from that archer than they do from the skirmishers as T90. Building market. I don't think he's not going to be able to sell his way up, but this is definitely a fast castle play. Light pressure as Paganini, he's walling up now. Well, he's thinking about it. Walls aren't really coming down. T90, his army getting pushed away. 5-7 kill death ratio. No real damage done, but some inefficiencies. T90 buying food. Is he going to sell the stone and buy the stone? So this is something T90 did yesterday on his stream. This is something that I've thought about doing and have done actually several times is to get to Castle Age faster, I sell stone. Then I go heavy on stone and buy stone that I need in Castle Age. Yeah, you lose resources overall, but your timings are so much quicker and cleaner that you can put some pressure on your opponent, take some map control. He doesn't need to, though. T90 doesn't need to sell the stone already on the way up. Castle Age Paganini, not even close. Walls are going to be needed here, and They are coming down, but this is a tough situation. T90 not making archers. I love it. I love to see it. He's heavy on stone. He's not making any more archers. This is going to be Genoese crossbowmen. And I ask you, what do the Franks do? The Franks are going to go right into knights, selling the stone, selling everything, going to the castle age over here, Paganini, trying to get up at a competitive time, but it's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. So I think we're going to see Skirm, Siege, Knight for Paganini against Genoese crossbowmen, Siege for T90. And a castle here on this hill is what I would love to see, locking down this main gold and this left side of his base, or even all the way out here on this hill. This hill's lower, but it locks down this gold and it semi-protects this gold on the side of the base. No, I think here is better. Paganini, military, 12 to 1, but it's mostly trash. 9 skirmishers, 2 spearmen, 1 archer. Not going to be able to find any damage to T90. Small walls. It's just so easy to wall off for T90, which is rare these days. T90 should be loving life with this base. Now, he does need to get a little bit of map control. Okay, if these guys rotate around, T90 can just go place his castle. Honestly, T90 buying some wood, making things happen. He can just, go place his castle, because those aren't going to kill. He might kill 1 villager, but even that, I doubt it. Looking for that. Okay, the second town center dropped. I wondered why the stone count was so low. Second town center dropped for T90, locking down the right side of his base, locking down this gold and adding villager production for him. He's got just enough farms to keep those 2 villagers producing. And these villagers are headed out to drop this castle. Or a town. No, it's got to be a castle, right? Yeah. It's going to drop a castle right on top of this hill, and the castle will be up before any knights come out. This town center. So people do this. I don't love this. So this town center allows the knights free access to the backside of T90's base. If I was Paganini, I would have 2 knights running under that town center back to here every 30 seconds. I mean, just all the time, constantly. Yeah, I'm going to be throwing my knights, but you're going to have an idle eco and be losing villagers. Perfect gameplay for T90. Genoese crossbows. We see an immediate town center. Paganini, he saved 100 stone, he only sold 100. To get that second town center up, he doesn't want to fall too far behind in the eco. Although, wow, Paganini, pretty far behind now. He does have wheelbarrow. I guess that explains it. I don't know why 6 villagers, but only a few more seconds of idle time. And third town center here for T90. Coming down, Paganini will be disappointed to see that these 2 knights, they didn't make it in time. But 2 knights can still get a little bit of damage in, as well, if they don't run directly into that town center and the crossbowmen are out. Oh, and he runs away, tail between his legs. Now, Paganini has a much better score than T90. Let's see why. I think it's got to be scouting, right? Yeah, he's, well, not an awful lot of scouting. The KD, maybe the 10 to 5 KD. I don't know. And the scouting is certainly better as Paganini expands. And yes, this is how you use knights against even Genoese crossbowmen. Guess what? They're a whole lot slower than knights. The knights looking to break in, looking to find a way in. As Paganini, I would love to see these skirms get upgraded to elite skirm. You're going to need them. You can't just fight with knights forever. Well, you can, I guess. Paganini just looking at going all in knights. Nope, skirm's now being produced again. So knight skirm against Genoese crossbowmen. We're going to see if this works. I think we had a pause. Paganini, sorry, I'm a little behind live time, but this is a live game. Now let's see this town center. Watch. Paganini, dive right underneath. See, just put a hole in your wall, and for just a little bit of damage, now Paganini is forcing quick walls all over the base, going to do some real damage here to T90. Although the Genoese crossbowmen are coming in, and the knights will not stay up for long. But they're able to, okay, now they're going to leave. Just leave now. Just leave. I'm trying to get these 3 out. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Alright, leave. Yeah, don't go in. See, this is where you got to just leave. You see these counter units just okay. He finds a way into that wood line, so that's good. That's good. The villager numbers are 61 to 50, 51, 62 to 51, and all those knights were thrown away. I would have loved to see him head in, leave, and then have knights flanking over here, taking out these outposts and pushing in on this side on these houses. So two knights come in. Yes, beautiful. Paganini back in the hole. There's a hole. He's going to take advantage. Skirmishers, they're going to be coming. Elite skirm, it should be on the way eventually. It's still making skirmishers, but no elite skirms just yet. One Genoese crossbowman caught out, and oh nope, T90. He realizes this weakness, and he's got his crossbowman over there. This area of his base is pretty strong. Now, run in here. See the Genoese crossbowman. Run in. Go, go, go. Ah, gonna lose some knights. Okay, no, just runs away. Nicely done. Just putting pressure on, running away. 23 to 13 on the military. T90's really got to catch up. He hasn't seen the skirmishers. Paganini's hiding these. But you have to know, like this is such an obvious play that the skirmishers are coming. T90 moving forward as the skirmishers are getting more and more upgrades. There'll be elite skirm eventually. Just waiting on the resources probably and the need. And the two knights. See what I'm saying? Three knights back in on this wood line. This is a straight counter civ. A straight counter unit being beaten by its counter. Its mobility. Now T90 70 to 50. Well, about 10 villagers ahead now. As T90 begins to lose some, the Genoese crossbowmen have to be brought back home. Force the opponent into their base. This is beautiful knight play by Paganini. Switching into Cav Archer that has to be misclick. Cavalry Archer is definitely not what you want against Genoese crossbowmen. Definitely not. So I think we have a misclicked Cav Archer going to be coming out. Is it noticed? I don't know. But here come the skirmishers, and this is a force that T90 cannot fight right now. He's got to get some light cav or something to deal with these. I think it's Genoese and light cav. You got to be thinking about light cav. Yeah, that's a lot of different resources and a lot of food commitment. But the same thing's true for Paganini over here. So I think you really need to do that. The siege coming out for T90. Yep. Okay. Siege to deal with the skirmishers. Because that's the same resource. Siege makes more sense rather than light cav, because that's the same resource that you're already on. And the knights coming in on this gold. I love this play. However, they're getting eaten up a little bit. No ballistics yet for T90. So they can run around a bit. And yes, finishing up these walls. And send this knight in. Paganini, you can send this knight in now. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. T90 castle dropping under the skirmishers and the one cav archer. And the knights getting this castle up, denying this town center from Paganini, taking away his front gold, and putting a lot of pressure on the front of Paganini's base. But T90 has lost some villagers to get that up, that's for sure. The Eco KD now 16 to 1 in favor of Paganini. T90 trying to take control of this game. Paganini, though, selling wood for gold, his eco balance is pretty rough. He does have quite a few on food, 23 farmers, that's good. Whereas T90 only has 18. You'd love to see a better number than that. Paganini now looking at Imperial Age, I guarantee it. He's going to be dropping this castle. That's going to be a little bit dicey as a Mangonel comes out, but there's knights here to snipe that. I think that goes up. As Paganini still has massive military control, 20 to 9, well, 19 to 10. So this is just going to be a matter of Imperial Age. T90, he's creating 3 villagers, all over the place, creating lots of villagers. This castle going up, T90 is going to spot it with this outpost, but not going to be in time to do anything about it at all. And this one cav archer out here, that misclick unit still made it to onto the field. Now, I'd love to see the second armor come in for these skirmishers. That does make a difference. Right now, you got pierce armor of 4 plus 1, so 5. But the crossbowmen have 8 attack, so that's 3 damage. And if you get that one more armor, you're down to 2 damage on the skirmishers, which is a pretty substantial difference in the amount of hits that the crossbow can take. Yep, Mangonel went forward to try to take care of that. Just threw that away. The outpost going down. So T90 dropping castles on castles on castles. He knows Genoese crossbows are the answer. Rams for T90. No. He's going to go all in Castle Age? Interesting. This is interesting. So we have an all in Castle Age by our archer player, by T90 Official, as he's making Genoese crossbowmen. Well, maybe not. He's not making anything now. So I think he thought better of it. He is making rams, but I think he's also looking at Imperial Age. Selling, buying food. Yeah, definitely looking at Imperial Age. Selling stone, buying food. He's got castles up, locking down his base. The important areas in this town center over here. So, and one castle forward to pressure. Two rams out, just because. But one throwing axeman. Just drop a throwing axeman out here, or bring in your 3 knights. Yeah, okay. The knights coming in, and the kill death ratio is well in favor of T90, even though the eco KD 21 to 1. That doesn't matter. T90 up 20 eco units. Siege Workshop coming out. Make something else to protect that. And T90 on the way to Imperial Age. Is this enough? Because it's going to be Skirm Treb versus Genoese Crossbowman. And T90, you do have to eventually switch into Light Cav. I really feel like that's the answer that you need to use. Or Cavalier, even. If you're having trouble with food, you can just switch into Cavalier because that's, you have spare gold. So Ballistics, Wheelbarrow coming in, Imperial Age coming in, but Imperial Age in already. Oh, wow. Just more rams keep coming out for Paganini here, for T90 here, pushing at this castle. That's not accomplishing anything. I don't know what the thought process was behind this. Spend some stone, be annoying. I don't know. A Treb already on the way out. Begins trebbing this castle back. This T90 looks to, add another castle here. Locks down more and more of the center of this map. Really gaining map control. But 33 to 18 on the military, and that military, 28 of its elites, which directly counter, and they're getting Imperial Age upgrades, directly counter these Genoese crossbowmen of T90. They don't put a lot of damage on here, on the eco, on the villagers, but they do directly counter. Now, I love this. Outpost, 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 outpost. That's something that, T90 must be specifically working on, and that's something that's so important. Now T90 is going to come forward. Okay, so he's going to try to hold this position. I don't foresee that happening. He's just, I don't know if I like this. Treb not coming out here. This is going to have another trebuchet out. This castle is going to get pushed back. So I'm not sure if I would put the resources into trying to hold this when you know you're going to lose it. And Paganini now locking down his base. This is great. This is exactly what I wanted to see out of this game. You see, one civilization has the counter unit to the main unit of the Franks, the Italians. But the Franks go into elite skirm, so then the Italians have to go into something else. T90 is not going into anything else. So there's this unit dance, this counter system that we're seeing now. This castle is in a little bit of danger, as is this trebuchet. Oh, that's bad. Paganini, though, he's just going to come in and make sure this goes down. The villager numbers are now pretty much even. Although the eco balance, I would say, is looking maybe perhaps a bit cleaner for T90 as these resources look a little more even here. But T90, you can't just go full Genoese crossbowman. Bombard cannon, okay. Bombard cannon, Genoese crossbowman against the Skirm Light Cav. Siege. Skirm Light Cav Siege of Franks. Now this castle, that's in a really risky position. Paganini, you gotta start moving forward. I don't think he knew really about this castle. Now he does. Now he realizes, oh, this is a little dicey. You could throw away some... No, you can't. That's not going to do it. Trying to repair this castle as more Genoese crossbowmen come out, and there's a bombard cannon out somewhere. Here, oh, there it is. There's the bombard cannon. So 3 trebs, though, forward for Paganini, and he's on a hill. I think this castle's on a hill, so no hill either way. This castle's also on a hill. This bombard cannon, careful T90, you got to run that back, and he does. And now T90 is bringing forward his villagers. This is a big difference here. These bombard cannons will take care of these trebuchets Paganini, whereas Paganini has nothing to take care of the trebuchets for T90. So T90 really in a good position as long as he stays by his castles. But once he gets out away from the castles, now these trebs are really exposed, but they're staying up for now. Well, he lost one. Three trebs, they're just blasting away at each other. Mangonel's headed forward, not able to do anything, not able to get a shot off. The light cav just melt. They just die. Both Mangonels go down without getting a shot off. The castle for both player being repaired madly. Both players really want this center position of the map. That way they can push from here directly into each other's bases. Um, the bombard cannons are a pretty big deal here. Pretty big advantage for T90 official. However, stone is definitely in favor of Paganini. These need to be onagers before they come out here. These are not elite yet, are they? No, they're not elite yet, but they do have Imperial Age upgrades. Other than that, bombard cannons just cleaning up trebuchets. GG, well played. Oh, I don't think that was game. Well, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about as the Italians with just full Genoese crossbow into bombard cannon. Paganini feels like he can't push that back. Just too much from T90. Too much. As the counter civ does win, I love to see the Italians, Genoese crossbowmen, getting some love here. What are the statistics for this game? T90 with a pretty good kill death ratio, even though he was actually fighting against skirmishers more than knights throughout much of the game, and he lost an awful lot of villagers. The economy, pretty even, very similar wood, better food for Paganini, better gold, but only slightly, and better stone for T90. It was those castles locking down the map all over, forcing Paganini to fight. I would have loved to see those light cav, instead of being used directly in the middle, those light cav getting in the back of the base. I think there was a way, there was a path for Paganini. Get those light cav always in the base of T90. Force T90 to be defensive as well as aggressive. Force T90 to keep some of those Genoese crossbowmen at home and then push up the middle. But uh, we see the technologies, castle age time much faster for T90, allowing those Genoese crossbowmen and castle positions to come out. Imp time faster for Paganini, letting that castle but get pushed down for T90, but not enough to win him the game. Society stats, we can see T90 just had a pretty consistent villager lead until, pretty near the end, but a very consistent villager lead for T90 official as he takes this game, this ranked game against Paganini. And Paganini, wow, this is a fairly fast player here with a 75 APM, but just not enough to get it done. Thanks everyone for watching this game of Casting the Casters as we watch as T90 turns into more than a caster. Thanks for watching.